Hello everyone. Our project is housing site for international students and we name it as Student N. I Akshay Golash on behalf of my group will talk about our team, our product, how we came up with this idea, what is the business need, and how is our product different from others. So let's start. Our project consists of 5 people who are Akshay Golash, Dhara Bhavsar, Divya Khabiya, Gaurav Kushwaha, and Savio Joseph. So now let's talk about Student N. So Student N is a housing website mainly designed for international students, which has the goal to design a website to help international students find accommodation based on their user preferences. It also provides with a wide variety of search parameter to find suitable apartments. Next up is why we came up with this idea. As a group of international students ourselves, when we came to US, we had difficulties to find accommodation. And more importantly, to find accommodation which is affordable and safe. Also, there is no specific website in the market which offer international students to find accommodations. So when we analyze that functionalities like compare property, finding a roommate, posting an ad are rare to be found on a single user interface and which is also user friendly, that's when we decided to come up with this idea of designing a website for international students. Now, I would like to talk about why to choose Student N. Our UI is student specific, which has features like intuitive search parameters and multi search parameters. We have followed minimalistic design pattern to design a website which is simple yet powerful. There is no involvement of agents whatsoever. There's no involvement of third party vendors which help us to keep the prices on our website as low as possible and which also help us to give maximum return for our business. We have implemented high security protocols like HTTPS to protect our personal information and payment transaction of our users. Next, I would like to talk about the functional flow, but before that, I would like to share how we designed this product as a team. It was simple. We distributed each module between us and worked together to design and implement and integrate the product. Modules like booking, post and ad, search, login sign up, compare property, FAQ, and online chat was designed and implemented by Gaurav, Savio, Dhara, Divya, and Akshay, respectively. So now let's talk about the functional flow of our product. So when user comes up to the website and enters www.studentn.com, this home page comes up, which has all the modules on the home page itself. So let's look at the flow of booking an apartment. So when a user clicks on book apartment, there are three types of modules by which the user can book an apartment, which is a single room, shared room, or apartment. Let's say user clicks on single room. Now there are different filters which user can enter. So let's suppose user enters the zip code, number of beds, and number of bathroom and hits search result. When the user hits search result, there is a list of apartments which matches the user input and show the result. Now similarly, the same flow is for shared room and apartment. Now let's say user wants to book an apartment with the specifications. So now user click on book apartment right here. Now in order to book an apartment or in order to take any action on our website, the user has to be logged in for security purposes and for our record. So the user logs in into the application by entering email address and password and hits logs in. Now, as soon as the user hits logs in, the user is redirected to the personal and secure information page. When the user will be asked to enter the first name, last name, email, primary phone, birth date, social security, additional identification type, and ID number. Let's suppose user enters all those required fields and clicks on save and proceed to payment. Now the user will be directed to the payment page where he can confirm the booking of the apartment. Now user enters all these fields which are required, and let's say user hits process. Now as soon as the user hits process, a confirmation page pops up which gives a confirmation to the user on the email address. Now if the user wants to log out, he can click log out and then go back to home. Now one important thing to look at is we have used consistent font and color all throughout the application, which is a major feature of minimalistic design pattern. Now next up, I would like to go through the search filter. Now let's suppose the user want to search for an apartment. So user will go and click on search. He will enter the zip code and click go. Now in this module, a very important feature is advanced search. So let's click on advanced search right now. Now when you click on advanced search, there are multi-parameter search options, which is price range, preferred gender, availability, distance, and lease type. Now let's say user wants to book a single room apartment, and user enters the price range and gender filters. Now when user clicks on all these filters and hit search, there is a list of results according to the filters applied. Now user can save the filter. So right here, so as I said before, to perform any action on our website, the user needs to be logged in. So again, the user logs into the application, and there you go. A confirmation is shown to the user that the search filter is saved, which gives a feedback to the user, and which tells the user, oh, whatever the action user is doing, our website is acknowledging that. Similarly, the user can save filter for shared room. There you go. For apartment, enters the parameters, hit save filter. There you go. Now the interesting point is the user can actually save, he can see the saved filters. So when you click on saved filter, it will show all the saved filters on the single module. Like let's say for single room, the user has filter based on lease type, availability, price range, preferred gender. Similarly for shared room and apartment. Let's say user click on search again. Now again the user is prompted back to the single room page where you can edit the filters, again save it, or either book the apartment however you want. We have given the user the freedom to use our application. So the user can go back or log out at any moment of the time. Let's say user chooses to log out of the application. Go back to home. Okay, so next up we'll talk about compare property. So when the user clicks on compare property, this is the home page of compare properties, where there's option like search by city, zip, and apartments, and there are filters, price range, type, ratings, amenities, etc. Now we have helped the user to prevent errors by providing drop downs and checkboxes, which you'll see in this module. So when you click on here and enters all the required information and click submit, our apartment list page comes up where the apartments are shown, and they're with the summary, the price range, the amenities, the relevant website, the address, and customer ratings. Now here you can compare the properties just by clicking the check boxes. So let's say I click the checkbox for South Commons and Lake Meadows Apartments and just click compare. Now you see the compare results page for the compare property module. Now in here we have visually shown how the properties are compared side by side. Like let's say if the properties are compared by price, rating, amenities offered, public transportation, public safety. So user can actually look at these parameters and compare the properties. Let's say if I want to add one more property to to the comparison list, I can easily do it by just clicking add button right here. I can click the checkbox, click compare. Now, one more important thing is I can also book the apartment from this flow. So if I click on book now, I'll be redirected to the login flow where I will enter the email address, password, and click login. And again, the same. So how we book the apartment is the same flow if we book the apartment from compare property module, which implement the consistency throughout the application. So user enters first name, last name, all the required fields, save and proceed, enters the card details, and process payment. And there you go. A confirmation page is shown to the user for confirming the booking. User logs out of the application, goes back to home page. Now let's look at the post ad feature of our module. So let's say user clicks on post ad. So post ad is basically a feature if a user wants to rent his apartment, so he can easily post an ad for that. So let's see how it works. So when user clicks on post ad, it is user is prompted to log into the application. User logs in. Now it's a simple interface but yet powerful. So there are three steps involved in this, which I will just show you just now. So first is what is your need. So user clicks I have a room to rent. User clicks on that. Now it says what kind of property do you have. So user selects single room. Now next, a brief uh, headline about you. Let's say I'm the property owner. You just select the checkbox and click continue. Now it will ask the details for the ad which you want to post. So user will enter all the fields required here like city, room location, zip code, lease type, availability, and all the stuff. User click that, enters the location, everything, click continue, enters the other details, add a little description to it, hit continue, add an image if he wants, click continue, put the contact details and just post the ad. Now, as soon as the user posts the ad, there is a confirmation or acknowledgement message shown on the screen which says your ad has been successfully posted, which gives a continuous feedback to the user of all the action which is he or she is doing. And let's suppose user logs out of the application. Back to home. Great. So the next point I would like to cover is login flow. Let's say user logs into the application, and let's say I'm a new user and I want to sign up for the application. So I'll just hit sign up. It'll ask for first name, last name, email address, and password. And when I just hit sign up, the user is signed up. Now user can go through the account settings which he has. So let's say I go to general settings. Now in account settings, there are two types of settings: general and privacy. In general, you can reset your password, create an alias, and you can select the theme. You can search for FAQs, or if you don't find an FAQ, you can just email us the FAQs. Great. So let's suppose user want to reset the password. So he clicks here. So now when user enters the old password, new password, and confirm password and click on change password, a confirmation and acknowledgement message is shown on the screen that whatever action he has taken is successfully completed. And let's suppose now user goes to the privacy module. So switching between the modules is comparatively easy when you compare with other websites. You don't have to go back to the screen and click a different module altogether. So let's say user selects privacy here. Now in privacy, user can select between account information, notification settings, privacy statement. Now with the privacy statement, we give a documented copy of a privacy policy to the user by email. Now let's say user goes back. The next feature we cover is FAQ, that's frequently asked questions. Now let's say user goes on FAQ. Now FAQ just covers all the questions which is asked by users most frequently through online chat. Now, if you don't find a question here, you can chat with us online, which which gives an online help to user and gives instant feedback to user what to the queries they have. So let's suppose user clicks on online chat here. Now, when the user clicks on online chat, a chat box is opened on the home page of the screen, which says a representative messages to the user, "Hello Tiara, how may I help you?" User enters the query, hits send, and there you go. The conversation is shown in this format. Now, from here, the user can end a session, email a copy, or user can simply log out from here and back to home. So that was the functional flow of our product. I hope you liked it. Thank you so much.